April 11th, 2013. The song I'm going to play at the end is a Gordon Lightfoot song called Beautiful. And it was from 1972. And I was just thinking of 1972 was such an important year. So when we moved from Oklahoma City to Yukon, and they're just, we were 10 years old. Don't know if there's as much excitement probably at that age as anxiety, because you're moving in all to a new home, new neighborhood. You don't know any of the kids around, and then the school thing, new school, trying to fit in. I remember being on the playground. Actually, this is 5th grade, and I remember I was climbing, because I was a comedian, or tried to laugh and be funny, be out of the ordinary. I remember someone threw a rock and hit me the side of the head, and I fell to the ground, and I don't think I was bleeding, but it was just it felt so cruel. I don't think it was on purpose. So you'd have to be a pretty good aim to throw and hit somebody beside the head. Like somebody just throwing a rock. And I got beaten beside the head, and I remember just sitting there, and I'm pretty sure that I was probably bawling. Not the best way to set. But I remember something about climbing on the monkey bars and singing, drawing attention to myself. I was good at drawing attention to myself. I remember that first year, I was just so. That school had a stage. I remember putting my hands on the stage and saying, God, I want to be up on the stage so bad. There's something that drew me to the stage, even though I didn't pursue it. Really felt a draw there. One thing I did do in the 5th grade there was they had like a mini talent contest within your school, because you're still in class, because you're still within 5th grade. You're kind of stuck in one classroom all day long. I don't remember. Well, there must have been other classes, but there's like the main homeroom, which is like 2 or 3 hours, and then you had a couple other with math and English. But I remember doing a skit. It was a Andy Griffith. So I used to listen to comedy albums, and Andy Griffith had a comedy album, and he talked about his home school, his college, and about the football team, and one of the plays and one of the things that stuck out. And I put that on and kind of mimicked that all the way through. I think it's just part of trying to fit in and being and having the opportunity to do that. So now Flash, that's just 72. Just a couple of quick things about that. Now flash ahead 10 years. The boy's that's grown age. He's 20 years old now. He's on the verge of becoming a man. I think when you pass your teens and enter your 20s, it's a new life. And again, I moved a long way from home to a new town, new surroundings. Didn't know anybody. Met a man, Gordon, and 3 years later, I'm still with him. And the song that I'm gonna play, "Beautiful," I was listening to it. So I'm listening to some Gordon Lightfoot, kind of preparing myself for the concert, and I heard that song, "Beautiful," and it just touched me. When you spend many years with somebody, you can look back and reflect good times, bad times, and how that person really means to you. And I really felt in my heart that this song got new meaning, even though it came out, 40 plus years ago. You can attach yourself with feelings and emotions to a song. I know he introduced me to Gordon Lightfoot years ago. When I first moved up, I was talking about a town called Atwater, Minnesota, and he was renting. This is where I came up to visit that first. It was in the middle of the summer. It was right during the fairs. The fair is the end of August, first of September. I moved up in October, but I came up and visited for a week, and he was living in Atwater, and it was this little mobile home right on the edge of a small lake in Atwater there. And I remember having to take the car because he had a little Datsun, and I was familiar with driving those because my dad had a Datsun, and his girlfriend at the time had a Datsun, so I was familiar with the stick shift, and I could drive it just fine. And I remember driving it up to the store, and of course, when I went to visit, I wore my cowboy boots because, if you're from Oklahoma, you wear cowboy boots. It's just part of it. You can take the boy, take the boy out of Oklahoma, but you can take the okay out of the boy. And I remember trying to shift that, and how strange it was being in a new town, just going up to the corner store to buy something, I don't know if it was bread or a candy bar or something, and not knowing anybody. Strange surroundings, strange store, strange street, just everything is just new, and almost exciting, because it's just you're really venturing beyond what you said. It's your little, you're in your little world, and all of a sudden, totally just plucked out of that world and put down, and another place, another time, and having luckily over the years, having the coping skills to be able to function and to be able to deal with it, and not let it be a fear or restrict me from doing anything. So I was thinking about Atwater the other day, and there's many stories from Atwater, but just to things that you glance back that will strike your memory, and you just say, yeah, it was strange. A little mobile home right next to the lake there. It was just almost magical, and was able to drive around with him and visit his businesses and stuff. And like I said, I was very impressed, knowing the man was first time I seen him standing there. And I was thinking about this the other day. He's wearing a suit. He didn't have the tie on, but he had his just nice clothing and slacks, and he just stood out from everybody else. And it's like, who is that man? And luckily, scored big time with that one. But just a couple of reflections. 72, 82, 92, moved up north. 2002, moved back to the city, and here we are. I wouldn't say 2012, but 2013, and living in a different place altogether. So it seems like every decade is like, it's like turn the page, because stories involving And I did see the posting of one of the supervisor jobs today, so I need to get my resume together. He's going to help me, Gordon's going to help me get that fine-tuned, and I got to pull up some of my, over the last 7 years, I've been able to do a lot of courses through Comcast. So I'll be able to list all the tech levels of advancements and then the acknowledgments and stuff, and have a lot of references, a lot of supervisors and managers to be able to use their name. So I'm refocusing myself and thinking positive. You know, even if I don't get it, I was thinking today, I said, even if I don't get the supervisor position, you know, I really have a good job. I like what I do, even though today was like 4 or 5 inches of snow, and it was a bugger getting to work. I mean, just the road was just creeping, crawling, and because it had rained, and then that first snow packed, and there was just like that much. I mean, seriously, that much of just a packed snow ice on the road, and then 2 or 3 inches of snow on top of that. So you're trying to weave your way through the traffic, and then get in the van and go do a day's work. Luckily, the roads were warm enough that like by the time I got home, all the roads were clear. They're a little wet, sloshy. No, not really even sloshy. They're just kind of wet because all the stuff had been cleared away. So they did a good job of getting the roads all clear. It was a little bit tricky chopping through the yards, but it comes to the territory. But anyway, music. Oh, I love music. So Gordon Lightfoot, 1972. Beautiful. April 11th, 2013. You were made for me.